Hi guys, it's Alicia from Providence Farmstead. What you see behind me is a trailer load of leaf mulch. That's what we call it anyway. Basically, we get it from a municipality who collects it from the streets, and they pile it in great big piles to compost, and we put it on our garden. It helps feed the soil and keep the weeds down, and we really like it. So I'm going to show you what we're doing with it and how we put it on. Matt has gotten started on the green beans. There were quite a few weeds starting to come up. We were worried we weren't going to get it on quick enough. It's tricky. He's trying not to step on them. Put it on pretty thick so that weeds don't pop up. It helps keep the moisture in also. Not that we need help with that right now. It's been nothing but rain for the past week pretty well. We'll cover as much as we can with this trailer load. We will definitely get the green beans done and hopefully the tomatoes and peppers. Beyond that, we'll see how much we get done. Behind me, Matt is laying some mulch out for the tomatoes, and I'm going through and doing some pruning. If you look at some of these leaves, the flea beetles got to them a little bit, plus the rain is splattering up on them. They shouldn't be that low to the ground anyway. So by pruning them, it allows better air circulation, and the tomato can thrive and not get nasty funguses. So that's what I'm working on while he works on mulching. When you're pruning your tomatoes, you can take pieces like this actually and stick it in water and grow a whole new tomato plant for free. I'm not doing that today though. In between I have companion plants, petunias, and marigolds, and sweet basil is what I like to grow with my tomatoes. Now it's recording. And it is getting close to good morning everyone. Leaf mulch day 2. You can go see what they're doing if you want to.
What are you doing with weeding?
I told him to go get a shovel because the dirt's too thick right there. You can't even see what you're pointing at. You're not even looking at the camera. So he went and got a stick. I plant really deep and then I mound the dirt up around them. And then we'll come through and mulch it. Yep. I go for doing. Look how beautiful our potato rows look. We utilized all of the leaf mulch we had. The green beans got covered up well. Started on the strawberries. That was the last of it, so didn't quite get them done. But the tomatoes and peppers did get covered, and they're looking really nice. So a couple of weeks ago, I planted out some pretty sad looking tomatoes, and they actually are coming along quite nicely. I went through and pruned them last night. And this morning we came out and finished up the leaf mulch. And they're looking really good. They're getting strong and tall. I did pinch a lot of blossoms. They're not big enough for that yet. And this morning I came through and planted out the last 2 rows of tomatoes. So we got little tiny tomatoes in here. They are not as old. I started them a little later, so they have a little growing to do. But we should have a good amount of tomatoes from all of these plants. We're pretty excited about it. There's a lot of varieties. The peppers got leaf mulch today, and so did the eggplant. And there's 2 tomatillos down there on the end. I would like to put a couple more tomatillos out, but seem to be having some germination issues. If you look right here, here's some buds that are coming in, and I'm just going to pinch those off. They're just not ready. They're not that big yet. The lettuce, radishes, and beets that I planted with the cedar are starting to come in, but there's a lot of grass. Haven't quite figured how we're going to work on that yet. We are hoping to get more leaf mulch. It's a long trip to do that, so we'll see. Pak choi has bolted. Lettuce is nice and full, doing very well. The peas are blossoming. The celery is doing pretty good. If you look, some of this pink celery is getting pretty good in size. I don't know how much bigger it'll get because this is really something that appreciates cold weather. So we may start harvesting some of that soon. A little worried about the couple of cabbage butterflies I've seen flying around this morning. I'm not excited about that. The arugula has all bolted. So I did mix some of that into the mixed greens for CSA last week. I may mix in a little bit more this week, but then I'll probably pull it out. The purple lady bok choy is getting ready to bolt, so we'll be harvesting some of that for stir fry. There's still some flea beetle traps in there, but my flea beetles seem to be way less than what they were over here. I have another kind of flea beetles that are starting to cause problems on the eggplants. Kale plants are all looking pretty healthy. The Swiss chard over there is starting to get quite healthy looking as well. I love Swiss chard, guys. Gabriel says he loves it too. Watching for heads to start on some of this cabbage. I haven't seen them starting to head up yet, but see, there's a cabbage butterfly right there. Stinking things. We don't like those because they're bad. Yep. These collards are looking pretty good. We may start harvesting these for the CSA because they are getting to be pretty good size for a spring collard. Fall collards will do a little bit better. But I did notice the kohlrabi are starting to get their little, they're starting to get their little heads on them. I've never grown kohlrabi, so this will be really interesting to see how it does. The purple seems to be doing better than the white. What, buddy?
You know what I've noticed?
What have you noticed?
That we're getting quite a bit done on the garden there.
I know, it's so nice. It is good. This weather's beautiful. It's actually a seasonable day. Not really.
I would like it.
Mid-70s is pretty nice to me. What do you think, Matt?
But
think it's too hot?
It's
a little warmer when you're holding it is when you're holding the camera.
I'm sure it is, but it could be way hotter.
Yeah.
Let's see. Some of the beets are starting to get some good sized baby beets on them. I may harvest some for baby beets soon. Maybe tomorrow. Is that the one that says green onions? Because I pulled it out. Yeah. Yeah, I pulled that one out because the green onions didn't come up. No, those aren't green onions. Those are yellow onions. Actually, those are the red ones. The yellow ones are on the other side. Yep, that's fine. Thank you. Okay. Carrots are getting a nice shape to them. it doesn't really, I mean, they're starting to form a good carrot down there, but it'll be a while before we can harvest those. Carrots take a little while. Spinach is pretty well all bolted, and we'll be able to harvest the last of it and get it out of here, just like the arugula. And that's about it. There's a lot going on. Lots of things are growing and doing well, and I'm pretty happy with it.